Oh boy, it's Christmas Day! I'm woken at an ungodly hour by a hyperactive pair of Dilo brothers and forced off my comfy couch. I get Vinny, why the hell is Damien so hyped for Christmas? The childlike wonder would be endearing if it didn't cut so deeply into my beauty sleep. On the outside, if it can even be seen that way, Vinny flinging himself full force into my stomach awakens me instantly. With a hasty breakfast, everyone gathers around to open presents. Any shriek as he opens my gift simultaneously deafens and elates me. I really thought I'd just not get him something from that earlier conversation. Oh wait, he really thought that I just didn't get him anything from that convention. The figure is promptly torn from its plastic confines and swung on wildly in all manner of imaginary bouts. The morning proceeds like that, everyone opening gifts from each other. Randy was, of course, spoiled the day had to put the prime rib into their fridge, not that he or anyone else was complaining. Sophia loves her gift and goes to make a cup of coffee immediately. Damien's, can't you have like one misser? Just like one tiny misser? Come on, Anon, just make it a bit more realistic of a Christmas. Like, I know, it's fine. Swing and a miss. Hold up. There we go. Sophia Larke. Damien's frills are just about to take flight off. Are just about to fly off his neck when he opens the foosball table. I'm smiling so much this morning, feels like my jaw's about to break. And I can say it isn't, because of that shiner from Mia, since that's finally on the mend. No, I'm really just not used to this. Maybe you'll love my cheapskate gifts make everyone. They're extremely thoughtful, and by the sound of it, not that cheapskate considering your budget, my man. Liz won't come by until later, though Damien is effuse in saying how much she'll love the neck warmer. I mean, that thing probably chills her down by 50 degrees. That's a radiator's worth of neck. She can't survive in snow. Like, snow falls on that and she just freezes instantly. Olivia preempts me, saying that she wants to give me my gift in private, a sentiment I second, realizing my gift might produce non-zero amount of tears. As for what I received, I end up getting a winter wardrobe upgrades in the form of mittens and a scarf. Winter presents me his handmade mug again as Randy shows me the real one. A sign of my permanent fixture in the Payne household, which is weird because you're marrying Olivia. No one actually in the Paynes. It's just a weird detail I want to put off to the side. Like, Inko doesn't marry anyone of the Paynes, so the relation is a bit, I guess. It's not even actually adopted or anything. Damien gets me Battletoad 2016, one of those modern classics I never got. It's 3 years old, man. It's not that classic. Man, when he wants to, he can remember the most obscure shit, including you mentioning Battletoads of all things. I probably mentioned it offhandedly once when we were shooting the shit in PE. Damn. Before Olivia and I can abscond for our own gift exchange, however, I got roped into crafting a snow family of the Payne outsides in the freezing cold. Each step is punctuated with a crunchy compacting of powdery snow. Is that how powdery snow works? I guess. I'm already going snowblind with how much sunlight there is. Oh, you're becoming Inko, aren't you? I knew you were Inko deep down. It's like I'm walking in the most stereotypical depiction of heaven you can imagine. Snow's easy enough to work with, as I weld a squint to complete my work. Packing my sculptures tightly enough to get the snouts right proves a challenge, but that enough blind stubbornness sees complete. Damien tries to make a snow a Liz, but it goes about as well as expected. Actually slightly better, since this inclement Tower of Babel's tall enough that when it topples over to bury him in a small avalanche. He and I have to pull him out from his wide grave before we can finish the family. Even make a lounging Olivia that isn't that bad, if I do say so myself. I'm a photographic genius, if I do say so myself. Finishing touches when Vinny hastily slaps together a snow Anon and proudly displays his work, even as he shakes like a leaf. Holding it there, scoop up the little tyke. He's 7, not a tyke. Vinny's age is like, no one knows. No one knows. Good job, kid. Even got the color right. I relent enough to let Vinny cut a word in edgewise. And of course he says, are you a segregationist like Livy? Damien, what lies are you filling your brother's head with? Lies? Only truths from my mouth, amen? Now let's head inside. He claps his hands together, and I follow after. Vinny's still in my arms. Like, you might notice that Anon's emotional state isn't actually described, but we know what he thinks. Because the text is obvious, and we know Anon. We know the character. Because he's a fucking character. Definitely didn't expect you two to last that long. We may not be agathoids like agathoids like you, but we can hang if it means doing something cool. Damien, blindsided by that term. Bro does not know what that means. Are you sure you haven't been on the Lizard Lounge or any similar sites? What? No, man. It's female dinos only. Why? Maybe it's just Don't use that term so loosely. It simply doesn't mean what you think. Hours and hours of Hyperborean schizo posts are brought to mind, and woe be to Damien if he gets called out for a dog whistle just because he doesn't know what the word means. What? I don't know it either. But I know that if you start using dog whistles all over like, Damien, please. You'll get called to the principal's office. For nothing. I think you meant, at least. Back inside, we're treated to beef stew a la Olivia, just as hot and rich and filling as I expect. I easily sucked down several bowls, even outpacing Damien, the most voracious of the pains. I thought Olivia was the most, I guess she's not a pain, technically. The Christmas chaos is lapsed into a lazy afternoon now. Family talks about coming year like it's already over. Sophia and Randy lament that when we all graduate, the house will become more quiet. Damien, of course, is still going with the flow, but Olivia and I are committally non-committal. I mean, I guess college is the next step, right? She feels the same, but is daunted by Liz's 10,000 step plan, aligning her life until retirement. Well, she says it's 10,000 steps, but just like the steps to High Rothgar, it's actually less. We'll figure it out, though. I'm sure. We still got a semester left anyways. When Olivia has grown impatient enough to give me her gift, she nips at my shoulders as she lays against me. Hey! What's up? I still need to give Guts his Christmas breakfast. And my gift to you, is in my room. Yeah. Where's your chair? She simply shakes her head and holds her hand out to me. I'm about to rerun the stupid uppish joke, but clam up when I feel everyone's eyes on me. This isn't the solitude of last time, but I can't say no to those pleading silver and yellow eyes. Take a brief breath, put one arm under her legs and the other on her back. Ugh. Pulls herself closer and more insistently to me than last time as everyone looks in amusement. It feels easier now, even if each step of my measured gait is fraught with the fear of dropping her. It never comes close, though, and I'm able to flop her onto bed just like last time. After I give Guts his hamster chow medley, I return to the bed and see Olivia holding a sizable box in her hand. It's money, Anon! Wow, I've never seen a Benjamin... and he explicitly has. Whoops. I retrieved my more modest gift from where I stashed it in her room. Atop a wall... That's so clever. When the fuck did you put that up there, Anon? She squints at me. Oh, about a week ago at this point. Pretty smart, huh? Okay, smart guy, wanna guess what I got you? Shows out the box, I'm gonna swap it with her. Hold it up to me and shake it. Oh, I got it, it's a brick! Just like I always want. A brick! Brick. I mean, to be fair, if I've learned anything from Phineas and Ferb, apparently it's the gift of the future. I'll give you a brick. Just open it, smartass! She can't hide a smile as she rolls her eyes while slicing open a gift. I follow suit, my gift immediately being apparent by the brand name embossed across the box. Nikon. Olivia. I wince at the gift, as thoughtful as it is. This is a huge fucking cliche, but you shouldn't have! Why not? Because this was like, what, several $100? I would have never... Yeah, I know, broke ass. He sticks out a tongue playfully, admitting, I know you never would have, even if you could. But you deserve more than Ben's bummy-ass hand-me-down. I can make good art with a dollar store set, but quality tools go further. So cameras must be like that, too. I regard the this is regard. Not quite top of the line, so I can rest easy knowing that she didn't have to open a loan to get it from me. She was right. I don't want to be the type of asshole that blames his equipment. But Ben's old camera does have its quirks. I look back at her with a warm smile. Thanks, Olivia. It's your turn now. She reciprocates before returning her attention to shredding her paper. The covering sheath is in tatters before she can process what the gift is, and when the realization hits her, breath hitches. A hand gingerly ghosts over the picture, the same inexplicable relevance wetting her eyes as she looks at that picture of Yatakan's classroom. But if it makes her happy or feel anything at all, it's all that matters. You photographer, you. Man, this bummy-ass camera was good for one last thing, right? Place a hand on her shoulder. Wait, we need a more gushy song. Can we get a more gushy song in here? Fuck, let's take the song that I don't like all that much. Tonight. One of the A-side songs. It's probably too early. We're getting chapter 20 still. Ugh, it's a little early. Romance 1? Oh, this is way too out of whack. Ben has a theme? Oh, he only plays in like that weird situation. I'm like, why are you playing this? Yeah, this is what I was looking for actually. Dreaming of You. B-side. Yeah. Thank you, Anon. I love it. Good. But that's not all! She turns back to me with confusion as I get her other gift. This time I reach far under her bed and I can hear scoff at my tomfoolery. Pull out a thin, formless gift now. This one's from me, but don't get it twisted. My tattles I did not make it. That be thanks to Sophia. Olivia eyes it suspiciously after that comment, taking it in hand to open nonetheless. This time she's able to completely unwrap it and can't still tell what it is when she does. She holds out the thin nebula pad. Oh, we're doing the fucking tail thing. It's a thingy, just like I always ask for. Listen, I got a slight problem, right? I don't like this because you already got a neck warmer for Liz, so you're kind of getting the same gift, and I'm like, listen, I'm all for like, it undercuts the moment a little bit. I get it, but no, it's a little lame. It's just a touch lame, okay? Also, it's in the game, so it's like double a little lame. It's like you didn't even try to do anything new, and also it doesn't gel with the other gift. It's a little, Didn't go get Liz a neck warmer in the game? I don't know. I shake my head before taking it into my own and displaying it out. It's a tail warmer. I probably could have found some foreign-made garbage equivalent, but this one needed to be specially made. Lydia brings a hand forward, and I begin working into it. How do tail measurements work? There's probably like length and thickness and like stretchiness or whatever. There's a one-size-fits-all. Fang's tail's pretty tiny, by the way. It's snug. I don't want to know what size to make it. I may have measured your tail while you were sleeping. That's kind of weird, Anon. Yeah, it is, but in a loving way. That lessens the creep factor substantially, and, well, they'd effort to work like a compression sock, you know, so the dancing isn't so hard on you next time. Next time? Well, I really hope so. I just, I don't know if I can. Why not? Well, it feels like a betrayal. Ow. Like, I'm only able to do it because I have a tail strong enough to act like a third leg. And also, because I have an extremely fucked up condition where, like, for some reason, my legs only don't work below the knee, which is, like, super weird when you think about the physiology of how people work, right? Like, that's not how your spinal cord functions. I'm just saying, Anna, it's a little fucked up. I just think of all the kids that I used to do physical therapy with, and I can't help but wonder what they'd think. Some of them were lucky enough to be mobile on all fours, just like I was blessed enough to have a strong tail. Would they find it fair? What? Listen, Olivia is not what I like to call, again, she's not a real cripple, because her disability can kind of be shoved off to the side. You can't just suddenly bring this up in chapter 19. This feels like she's trying to tell a joke. Shake my head. Still feel a little about myself at a whole disability complex. Probably made my opinion clear, but this is something different. Something too nuanced for me to weigh in on. Wow, Anon, you've understood what it means to not have a voice on something. Oh, gross. In a far more serious way, I could sympathize, imagining the drove of Anons that would scorn me for this love I share. Why'd you do it then? Because I love you, and I wanted to do it for you. I mean, it wasn't prom, but, you know. I mean, it was pretty much prom as far as the game's design is concerned. I don't think anyone could fault you for it then. People aren't equally made, and there's a lot of stuff I can do, and there's a lot of stuff people in your boat couldn't do, which you did. There's a lot of people in your boat who couldn't do what you did. But do you really want other people's limitations to stop you? It's so weird for her to think that, considering that she considers her disability a thing that she has to... It's so weird. But the bigger problem I have with this is less Olivia and more like... Huh? It just feels like I'm lucky enough to avoid the negatives of my disability but reap all the benefits. Yeah, that's because you're not a real cripple, Olivia. You're you're called a glitzy, pretty cripple, in that no one has to actually think about the massive logistical problems and nightmares that come along with this shit. Like, people with actual disabilities, right? They are disabled. They cannot do things. And they can't just happy-joyly do it. Like, if you can, fantastic. But what you're worried about, Olivia, is passing. You are worried that you can avoid the consequences entirely under certain circumstances. And, like, that's what makes people yell at bisexuals. I'm sorry to tell you. That is actually a thing. Like, a lot of straights and gays will... A lot of gays will just yell at bisexuals for like, oh, you can pass, you can just be alone. Like, that's not how it works, man. If anything, they got a bigger risk. Because they might get lucky, and they might not. Right? It's just you, Olivia. You've always has been. Clearly, the writers didn't want to actually focus on your disability, so, you know, there you go. I mean, you're literally an artist, Olivia. Your job doesn't even require you to stand up. It's so fucking cheap. Just like I said on the umbrella on that rainy day. Of that, I'm certain. And I just wouldn't want her any other way. The what-ifs and how people don't know you, see you, and it's just that. Not that I'm against this mentality, I'm just saying, this is not the place and time. It's all I'm saying, my man. She closes her eyes and sucks in a shaky breath before sighing. Still, I won't make any promises. Despite her words, I can see a faint smile gracing her gesture. Maybe that sense of guilt will persist, but it's just the vestiges of everything of the past 3 years. 3 years? It's like 3.5 at this point. All that guilt, paranoia, and strife needing to be chipped away. One day it'll be all but gone. I get it. I'm just proud of how far you've already come. That being said, of course, just know, next time the opportunity presents itself, I'll bust it down sexual style on my own. Oh my god, is that supposed to encourage or threaten me? Both. Oh, she put on the sleeve at some point. I wasn't paying attention. Both. You don't have to promise me anything, but I'll make one for you. She cocks an eyebrow, leaning in as I close this between us. I promise. I love you. I love you. Words are cut short as we smooch! Hell yeah, baby! It's smooching time. Oh boy, it's smooching time! Thank you, Link. The next few months to graduation, Jesus Christ, we're doing this on, pass by in a blur. Each day is better than the last, and despite my glossing over, really is just as packed as my first semester, if less melodramatic. Numerous dates, and a dozen more great days at the Pains, and more. Those can always be rounded back to. What matters is that we finally graduate. The ceremony is standard fare. Sitting out in the scalding Dinophonian heat while they go alphabetically through every single student. Boring speeches of what comes next, and you know the drill. The white raptor that had hung out with Mia, Lunara, actually ended up being valedictorian with Ben as a salutatorian. I never heard of this one. That's dope. Honestly good for him. Considering everything happened in the first year, both of the speeches are inoffensive. At least have some passion behind them. So in Ferris, why is he here? Ferris is not like... whatever. I mean, I get it. He can probably pick one. It's when Ferris steps up to the podium to really pay attention. Are we really fucking... Oh, listen. I mean, let me just put my pause right here. We already had... We had the emotional wrap-up. I don't think Ferris should do this. Ferris is not cruxical enough to the story to be this... Like, I don't know what you're doing here, but it would have been better if you didn't. If only because a speech like this is like a lot to give your... It's a lot to write, you know? Especially if you want to do it properly. So I'm going to basically call your speech shit. That's what I'm warning. Greetings, parents, students, and faculty of St. Hammond High. For those of you that do not know me, I'm Michael Ferris, this district's superintendent. He dabs his perspiring forehead with a hand. Why is he... Oh yeah, because it's winter. Summer now, I forgot it's been months. It's probably June. It has been my duty and great pleasure to spend a great deal of time at St. Hammond's this year, and though it pertained primarily to budgetary and administrative concerns, it was a joy to have gotten to know the students of this fine graduating class. growth. That, if anything, is what I would define this year as. In spite of the school's prior failings, its stagnation, falling short of helping these young men and women to enter the real world, they have overcome. I have seen tenacity like you would not believe. Even if I had all the time in the world to extol each marvel I bore witness to, I would undoubtedly fail. Yet it is worth praising because the class of 2020's exemplary student body is something to be praised. Why are we doing this? I mean, listen, I'm getting a slight tear in my eye, okay, because this is kind of cute. Kind of missing from the game. It's really weird, because Mr. Yatacon, for all it's worth, was a teacher. Like, school didn't matter in the sense that we had, like, 2 teachers? 3, I guess if you include PE. Man, that's kind of lame in context. It's actually a lot of faculty. There's like 5 faculty characters. There's Ferris, there's Scalar, there's the 3 teachers. Like, that's a lot for how little school actually matters in the broader context of things. That was a hell of a snap at the neck. Woof. In the wake of tragedy, the loss of our dear Mr. Yatacon, I saw several students laying as low as can be, but even under such immense pressure, they did not stay down. I have seen a student who thought himself a pariah become a shining star among his peers. Though he would contest this, I saw the pains of a young man as he nearly succumbed to the pressures of his human condition, long before he could enter life in earnest. I saw him, too, regain his equilibrium and excel. Most important of all, I saw a wallflower blossom into the most vibrant artist she could be. This and a million other examples I could pull upon, tell you in details of all their struggles and adversity they faced, but for their sakes and for our own time, I will refrain. I will simply conclude this speech with a catechism. Hold up. New word spotted. I always like it when I learn a new word because someone's using exotic vocabulary.
Catechism.
Catechism. A summary of principles of Christian religion in the form of questions and answers used for religious instruction? That is extremely religious for a fucking public school. Like, I know what you're going for. Religious instruction in general. You can expect to see the complaint letter from, what is it called again? The American Freedom Speech or something? You can expect to see that soon, because you really can't... Catechism. You can't pull that one out, man. There are connotations here that do not belong in a public high school. I'm joking. But, like, I wonder what the alternative meaning is that they're trying to use here. Maybe we can find it on Wiktionary, because Wiktionary tends to sometimes have some better explanations for things like this. Because it might just have, like, a secular meaning, which would make a bit more sense, because, again... A book in question and answer form summarizing the basic principles of Christianity, a basic manual on subject, a set of questions designed to determine knowledge. So it's supposed to be a question. Growth is not without pain. That's not a question! That's just a fucking statement! So you failed on both fronts. Great. To stagnate is easy. It is to submit to the whims of fate, or whatever you may call them. Only when we take our lives into our own hands can we hope to become better, to excel, to be happy. If I may give any advice to you graduates, it is not to shun the painful death, else you will not know how great you can be. Forgive me the sentiment, if it is not one you share, but God bless. Shut down! It's 2020! You can't say that at a high school! Actually, I think you can in America, even though they have, like, secular things. I'm pretty sure you can. I think this falls outside of that because it's a more generalized meaning. Although, I don't know if you can. I imagined you can, because otherwise a lot of Christians would be shitting their pants. But I still like to think about the idea that, like, the Free Speech League just comes rolling in with, like, a little minivan and everything. But God... Also, this is, like, such a fucking American thing to say. Like, god damn these people. If he says God bless America, it's as American as it gets. Forgive me for the sentiment is not... Forgive me the sentiment if it is not one you share. That's... You know what? Hold up. I'm rescinding all my problems, because this is such a Ferris thing to say. Listen, I'm not going to say a religious thing, but it's okay if you're not one of us. That's so nice of him. But God bless St. Hamon to be worthy of such students in its future. And God bless these graduates in all their endeavors. The uproar is instantaneous. Even I find myself on my feet. We're just doing... What is this, fucking Ayn Rand? Atlas shrugged. We're dedicating 50 pages to Ferris' speech. Which is funny. Like, someone told me that speech is actually fucking long. Just pages of speech. Like, just It's just a manifesto, really. The uproar is instantaneous. I even find myself on my feet as I toss my cap up and... Actually, I think it's called a pallet, right? Or a mortar? Whatever. Flinging her as far above anyone else's in range. Oh yeah, Liz shoots her head up in the... Yeah, she can't even grab her hat, really. It feels like a victory. High school is nothing to brag about. Even 40 IQ villains can get their GED. But this year was far more than just an academic exercise. As I sliced through the crowd to meet up with Olivia, it's all too obvious what a treasure this year was. But for now, it's time to party! Hold up. I know the exact song we gotta pull up. Lego Star Wars has a little disco music part. Oh, here we go. We're just gonna play a little bit of it. This starts playing in the background! It's time to party! Oh god, that song is so stupid. I remember playing the non-complete trilogy, and I remember that it's a bit different. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna go sit in the corner and put my little fingers in my little ears. Do I want to make another cut and just steamroll the end? I think this is just gonna be the end. The weird part is there's one more chapter, which doesn't really fit into this nicely. Well, we got Ayn Rand's speech out of the way. We'll make a cut and we'll just bum rush the rest, even though it feels like half is remaining. Good job, Safi, you bingus.